Yo, welcome. Blackopolypse. Welcome. Yeah. Got my boys in the house. I got my girl in the house. There's me in the house.
Hey, you doing a bit of mixing every boy.
Yeah, you know.
Mix and blending, a bit of mix and blend going on there, isn't there?
Yeah,
mix and blend. Go on, Mr. DJ.
Yes.
DJ Wayne in the house.
You say, man, let me see if I can get some more color. Let me see if I can get some more light here, man. So we can see. Sorry, I'm kind of like got some cheesy vest on today, man.
You look grainy, man. You look grainy.
What do you mean, man? I got some coconut butter on my face. You know, I got some oil on my skin.
Your cocoa butter's not working, man. You're looking pixelated.
we got Chandra Gore back, man. You know, that was very important. That was the back was last week.
She's back in the room. Chandra, listen, man. Last week, man, I honestly, it was so painful because I know you had so much goodness to tell us, and it was like...
I know. I was so upset. Like, that bothered me so bad because I was like, I sounded like a robot. I don't like that.
Oh, man. But you're back now. And straight away, I mean, it's really crazy because last week you had bad weather over there and you had a bad signal. And today there's no rain and you've got good signal, man. So who says, you know, this 4G thing that we're paying for, 3G, it's a waste of money. It's not like...
Was it 5G?
4G. They don't even work. How can it be affected by rain?
Well, see, here, I live out, like, in the suburbs in, like, the country. So that's our issue. Like, we only have one internet provider, so we don't have an option. And if it rains, we could either have dial-up, which I will never be able to live stream or do any kind of anything. Noise, yes, the AOL dial-up, that's what it was. It's embarrassing. For 2020, that's what we have. Yeah, it's
I remember dial-up. Used to make that squeaky noise, didn't it?
Yep.
That's how I'm looking forward to 5G. I don't care what anyone says.
That's what code sounds like. If you ever want to speak to a coder, man, you have to speak to him like, that means, are you okay, my friend?
That's how fax stuff sounds like that, actually.
I just did not like... the kids today will never understand somebody picking up the phone and knocking you off of the internet when you're trying to download a whole bunch of music.
Yeah.
So
they don't get it. They haven't lived our life. They don't know the struggle. No. We had the struggle. The thing is, though, if you back in the day, though, because obviously websites and everything else was a lot less data, it was cool, man. You didn't mind kind of waiting for the screen to load in stages and bits and bobs, and you just kind of accepted it, didn't you? And then what happened? Things got quick. But the problem with now is because we're so used to speed, as soon as something don't load straight away, we're vexed. Yeah. We're ready to phone bloody Virgin and say, "Yo, cut it off. I'm trying to download my bloody show, man.
Credit.
I'm download myself. Turn it off. Give me my money back."
You want a credit?
I've been trying to get on my provider contract for the last year and a half, man, because we have 2-year contracts here in Germany. So if you sign a contract, you're in it for 2 years, no matter what, no questions asked. And you ain't getting out, man. And I tried to come up with some elaborate excuses. I was like, I'm leaving the country. I've left my wife. I've left the kids. And I'm not going to be here anymore. So just you can go ahead and cut that off.
Stuff you're talking about there, man.
Yeah.
Extreme excuses, that is.
Yeah, but that's the things you have to go for. That's the extent you have to go to in order for them to cut it off. And they still didn't cut it off. Look, I'm still talking to you guys on the same provider. They were like, wow, basically, if you're doing all that stuff, you got to prove to us, so send us your new address. Because I said I was moving back to England, then they were like, send your address in England, send us your new job.
Seriously?
Yeah, your registration.
Oh, they want all your business.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah, they ain't messing around. They want to make sure if I'm leaving, they've got an, they don't have to, if they don't want me to charge or be charged for the rest of the contract, they're like, wow, we're going to need to see some proof. We're going to need to see some evidence that you're going across seas. So I was like, you know what?
That's a lot of business. Like, why? It's like, did y'all go together or something? Like, I'm confused on why they need to know all that. Like, I don't want the service no more. Leave me alone.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. They just want to know because they want to because getting out of a contract in Germany is like when you sign a contract here, it's like you're bound to that contract. You sign it in blood. So it's like selling your soul to the devil, there's no way out of it until the contract runs out. And that's basically what we was at in my contract that actually is still running, which is not, well, it's stupid. I figured a way out to work with it, but I can't wait until next April when it's done. And I'm going to be like, safe. From now on, I've made a decision that whenever I sign a contract, I'm at the moment I sign a contract, I already put in the termination of the contract the same day. Just so if I forget, because if you forget to sign the contract, terminate the contract, it rolls into another 2 years. That means
oh God, no,
mate! Yeah. If you're forgetting to cancel contracts, mate, you got too much money.
That's the thing. That's another thing. Like I'm in a gym membership. I'm in a gym membership that I completed paying in 2 years in July. Sorry, the thing is, Corona happened, so I couldn't go and talk to them about cancelling my contract or changing.
But they were supposed to cancel it anyway.
No, they don't.
Cancel your direct debit, man.
No, in Germany they don't do it like that, man. In Germany they're like, well, you forgot, and that's another year for us.
Oh no!
No.
Criminal.
Nah. Cancel the direct debit, mate. That's what you do. You cancel the direct debit. If they can't take no money out of your bank, they can't take no money out of your bank.
The thing is, I think they're in the bank's pockets as well. Because if I try and cancel my bank's, the direct debit through my bank, which they actually call for, I don't set up the standing order. They call for it.
No. You can cancel any direct debit set up on your account. Doesn't matter who set it up. You can cancel it, and then if they want to get it reinstated, they've got to go through the process again. Because the direct debit is a direct debit guarantee, and it's a guarantee in the consumer's favour. Not in the company's favor.
Yeah. So you could cancel. Weird that they didn't cancel.
Yeah, they don't. Well,
they don't. It's like the phone companies. There's a big furor over here before because they were rolling people. People were getting the brand new phones. They was paying them off, and then they were still being licked for £50-60 a month. But the phone companies weren't saying, "Oh, your phone's paid off now." Yeah. Yes, they're like, "Yeah, man, keep paying, man. That's nice." And that's the thing, the fine print. I mean, I'm mean. See, when I walk, I squeak. So I know everything that's going out of my bank. There's something going out there that shouldn't be going out there, then it gets very, very quickly stopped, paused, removed. But what?
You're not the only one. This is 3 cents more than I wanted to pay. I'm down to the penny. This is not what I agreed to, so you will have to put that back, and we're going to talk about it. I'm not.
Rewind and come again. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, man. Anyway, before I know we started the show already, but before we start, I want to give a little shout out to Chadwick Boseman. Was he Boseman? How do you say
Boseman, yes.
Boseman or Boseman?
Boseman. He's from South Carolina, yeah.
Yeah, man. He passed away this week, man. That's crazy. I didn't even have an inkling that this guy was sick. He's been sick for 4 years.
He's kept it quiet, didn't he? I think he was even filming while he filmed two films since Black Panther. So it's a shame, man, because as an icon, I actually felt the first time, other than even sad when Michael Jackson died.
Michael Jackson.
I mean, I was kind of like, oh, Michael Jackson.
Okay,
because
now.
They've done so much to tarnish his name. It wasn't like that. But I think when I heard about him, I felt sad, man. I felt sad for, a couple of days, to be fair. Have you frozen, Chandra?
Yeah.
Just frozen. Oh, yeah, you're back. You're back. Yeah, I yeah, man. It hit me, like a relative.
Yeah. Yes. Sandra?
Okay. I just switched to the Wi-Fi. My kids finally got off of the Wi-Fi from school, so
okay.
We're good. Yeah.
Yeah, it hit me hard, man. It's like, man, just man. I think it's the same. If Denzel Washington was to go tomorrow, he's iconic. If Danny Glover, he's iconic.
Yeah.
Them big
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman, yeah.
Yeah.
He's old though, man.
I mean, we've grown up with some heavyweight actors. They've left a mark, man. I mean, many of Denzel's films have made me kind of like think of views a different way. I mean, when he played Malcolm X, he was fantastic in Malcolm X when he played that part.
He did amazing.
Yeah, he's just a man. And even when he played, who was the singer, the one who was blind, who used to touch up the women. Oh, yeah.
Ray Charles.
Yeah.
Did he play
Jamie Foxx?
Jamie Foxx?
No, that was Jamie Foxx.
Oh, you're talking about the first one where he's playing a saxophone. I forgot the name of the movie now, but it's a great movie. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, Denzel Washington. It was one of his first. It was a Spike Lee film.
Wow.
Oh, what was it? More Better Blues.
That's it right there. Yes.
Yeah.
Because he was in it with Don Cheadle. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, man. There's some heavyweight. I mean, even like, as you wouldn't put him on the same level, but even like Samuel L. Jackson, you know, the fact that he kind of, when he came out in Pulp Fiction, even though he'd been around for like 10, 15 years before, I remember seeing him in New Jack, I think, was it New Jack Swing? Or was it, no, it was in another film. I think it was another one where he played a crackhead. And he was like, money, man, give me some money, mommy. Give me some money, man. Give me some money, man. Give me some money.
It was Jungle Fever.
Jungle Fever.
Was it Jungle Fever?
Ruby Dee was in it, and Ozzie Davis, the most iconic couple ever. Like, that was... Yeah. Oh, I love her so much. And both of them are amazing.
But I mean, like, when he kind of rebirthed with Pulp Fiction, then he kind of arrived properly. He was like, oh my God, Samuel L. Jackson. But yeah, man, this guy with one film, so much. Yeah. He achieved so much. I don't know if it's down to the act, the producer as well. It's a black director. It's not, he wasn't the only one in the film, but as that icon to say, yeah, man, a black superhero, and actually the best one out of all of them. He's cool. He's got style. He's got all the technology. It's like, yeah. But obviously, I mean, there was more to him than just that. But I think as that icon, who, this film that film kind of changed the world, man. It changed the world.
Dude, that gave us kind of hope. Was it? It's a symbol.
Gave hope in it.
It was a symbol for us, really.
But what a shame, man. What a shame. 44 was he?
42. Do you know one of his benefactors who helped him make it was, paid for his acting British drama school, the British American Drama School. It was Denzel Washington paid for him.
Oh.
Yes, he did pay for him to go to Howard. But Felicia Rashad was one of his teachers, was one of his professors. So in D.C., there's a memorial set up on Howard campus now in the theater department. It is so beautiful because little black boys and little black girls have someone they can look up to. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that Disney could never. Okay, we have The Princess and the Frog where the whole time the dude is a frog and she's a frog the whole time. So technically it was a frog that, we didn't have. Yeah, she wasn't black the whole time. She was a frog.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for frogs, it's a great movie for them to look up to and see that they can become a human. The Black Panther gave us a sense of pride. Like, I know when I went through the screening before it was in the theaters, and I dressed. I went and I got authentic. I had this woman, she dressed me like I was supposed to be dressed, and I went to the movie. I went all out because you know what? I felt good because here, Black Americans, we don't really know our roots. We don't know exactly what tribe we came from. We can have a guess, but at the same time, it's like we have to adopt, whatever feels natural to us, and we have to make our own culture because we were stolen. Like, we didn't have, they didn't say we're going to snatch these people, we're going to document the land and where we got them from, what the tribe was, what their language was. They didn't do that and document us. Like, Irish people, they can go all the way back to the little hut, where the little hobbit was that birthed them and all that. We don't have that.
I mean, and you know something? It's a huge thing. What you've just touched on there for me is a big thing, and it also is it's a reason why I do rail against religion, in the sense of the religion that our grandparents and great grandparents were forced upon them. Because going back to what you said, Chandra, when we came from Africa, our people, we weren't really practicing about any kind of Bethlehem and stars and three kings and all them. I'm pretty sure that our religion was more spiritual. Our religion was more to do with, the elements. It was more to do with, the land.
Yeah.
And you've only got to look at the religions that have survived and have gone to places like Haiti and whatever, and they call them black magic, when in reality it's actually a religion which has been brought from Africa 500 years ago. And because they don't have a cross and they don't pray to some geezer on the cross, they're looked at as being evil, or they're doing this or they're doing that. Yeah.
Because that religion empowered the people who worshipped, and so they can't enslave a person who's powered.
Exactly.
You know, so they had to break that connection so that they could, you know, minimize and be divisive and, you know, make us be less than human. So it's like they wanted to demonize it because it gave us too much power. And if more people would understand that we do have a lot more power than we say, because I see a lot of American Christians, that's the devil, you up here worshiping spirits. Let me tell you, I'm from the South, and my great grandmother was a big proponent of understanding. She goes, if you feel it in your heart and you feel it in your spirit, that's the way it's supposed to be. Not saying that people who worship in a church are wrong, but at the same time, you can't demonize because someone else has the wherewithal, the thought wavelength to think past what's been shoved down our throat.
And you're right, because that was, you know, you hit the nail on the head there, because although, you know, I say the church, it does practice all this kind of humble and understanding. The reality is, as soon as you say no, I don't agree with you, they're like the quickest to cuss bad word and how dare you, can't do that, you know what I mean? And it's but yeah, it really does. You know, we're never going to get that back now. But you know, myself, when it comes to religion, etc., I don't know my roots, and this is where most certainly people, you know, in the Western world do struggle, unless they're from Africa, because if they're from Africa, they know where they've come from.
Right.
It's as simple as that. It's like no ifs or buts. They can trace their great grandfather who used to run the Butu tribe and so on and so forth. Whereas we, who have been spread around the world, haven't got that same kind of privilege. And I think that's why Africans are proud people, man. And I respect them. I respect them for that, because when they walk like that.
They already have a book on their head. Like they're And I'm like, wait a minute, I need to wait. Am I doing this wrong?
That's what I mean. But they know where they come from. They know who they are, and you know, like you say, we've had to make up our own history, which has been discoloured to look like, say, we can't achieve nothing, and when we have achieved things, they've made sure they try to hide it, or giving it somebody else who's the right colour to say,
you know, and I know somebody's going to get mad at me because I've always said this. I said, you know, the others, the colonizers invented stealing. Like, they are good at that. Like, that's 100%. They should wear the badge. Listen, we invented stealing. Like, we could steal the white off of rice and the dirt off of, like, the mud. Like, listen, can't nobody steal better than they can. And then they argue with you. Like, I just think that the whole theft of a whole people, like, that is something, like, if you can wrap your mind around that is like
crazy.
Like, how you steal a whole people? Like, y'all just
how do you do that?
Well, that's like saying someone went to the North Canada and says to all the Eskimos, right, you're coming with us, and then we discover now, 300 years ago there was the race of Eskimos who lived there, but they all got removed by the Western world, and now they don't exist. So what did they used to eat? You don't know. What did they used to?
That's one of the things.
What did they used to pray to?
Dr.
We don't know.
Used to say this, and he used to say they didn't bring our food with us. They took the Africa, but left the food, and they tried to get us accustomed to the Western diet, which consists of potatoes and rice, and potatoes and rubbish.
Hard.
You know what I mean?
Hard. Man, look, man, we do eat hard food.
Yucca plant and yams and stuff didn't come with us. You know what I mean?
Please don't start on the yams and the sweet potatoes, because when I argue with somebody, it's the same thing. No, it's not.
It's not.
What y'all not gonna do is argue with me. I know what I'm eating. Like, don't do this. Because, you know, like, I love the fact that my great grandmother was, you know, like, it's the craziest thing. When I used to talk to her when I was a kid, she was like, well, we just got out of slavery. I was like, wait a minute, false flag on the play. So you married someone who used to be a slave. Like, that just did not compute in my head. Like,
yeah.
So she was born in 1908 on a leap year. So, but her husband was like 15, 20 years older than her. So that means he was born in slavery. Like she said, I said, wait a minute, y'all just got free. She always used to tell me we are not really free. She said, because of the fact that women didn't have a voice. American Christianity, or Christianity in period, is a patriarchal, structure. Like men are the head, women. But in all actuality, it's just such it's a mess. And she was just explaining to me like how, as Black people, how we have to actually understand like the stuff that we do, that some people do, is not to a fault of our own, but it's what has been taught and beat into us. And so we have to break that,
and you just hit on a word there, beat. Now West Indian families are renowned for their brutality if kids don't behave. But, and the Western world now will condemn it and say, oh, you can't do that to the poor children. But the reality is they're only repeating the behavior which was shown to their forefathers to get them in line. So if someone didn't listen, what did they do? They still whip their ass. They just listen to some mother, you whip them. You know what I mean? So, a man seeing that and thinking, well, they controlled me, I'm going to do the same. And the Bible itself, the way you read it, kids should be, kind of subdued and be quiet, and that's it. So it kind of filters through. I mean, obviously that cycle's starting to break now. A lot more parents now realise, hold on a minute, I ain't gotta beat you unless I really need to. I take away the Xbox or turn off the Wi-Fi.
Okay, listen, that is the way I've done that in here. Listen, I've done that in here. That is the most. It's devastating to a kid.
That's a killer.
Like, powerful.
Turn off the TV, man.
It's like, wait a minute, you have hurt me to my core. Because it feels like my dad used to say a spanking only lasts for a second because you'll recover really fast. He said, but if I take something that he goes, listen, I was a good child sometimes. So my dad had to raise his voice to be like, he never put his hands on me, but I realized now like it was something that he had to, because I was raised by my grandfather. So he had to get out of that way of thinking when it came to me, because he said, what's the point? Like, why am I beating you like you were a slave? You're not a slave. You are a person. Even though I'm a kid, I'm still a person.
Well, I used to do it with the stepson. So he had a room here, and sometimes that room, man, sometimes you'd see a hand just come from behind the door. Just like not even attached to a body, you're just like, you see what I mean? There's cobwebs. So, I thought, something, I'm gonna have to sort it. I can't cuss him. He ain't my son to be cussed. I can't, I can't punch him because that's just not a nice thing to do. So what I did, I locked off the Wi-Fi. Locked it off. But what I did, I locked off specific devices, and it was so funny. He came back from wherever he'd been, went upstairs as he didn't even say hello. And come back downstairs. The Wi-Fi's not working. I went, mine is. He went, it's not working. I said, you know what it is? I said, because your room, there's so much rubbish on the floor, the Wi-Fi can't probably penetrate the floor. My God, hey, you should have seen how quick that room got. The Hoover used to come out, duster, polisher, backside within an hour. Miraculously, the Wi-Fi start working again.
You have to outsmart the kids, innit? You have to outsmart the kids, man.
Turn it off! Turn it all off! Just turn it all off. Seriously, you can't get their attention. Then they demand their attention by removing the thing that's taking their attention. So turn it off! Turn it off!
Yeah, that's what I did with, we have game systems downstairs. Like, we have the TV that has 2 game systems, and then we have another setup. It's really, listen, I think I'm stuck in a corner in our bedroom. Like, I'm stuck in a little corner because I gave up my office space so they can have a gaming the whole situation. Like, I don't even go downstairs anymore because I don't. Who wants to go to an arcade? So, I realized you take the cord that charges the controllers, and then you take the battery pack out the back of the controllers. And I bet you, so much stuff gets done.
Yeah.
My wife used to take the controllers to work with her. One time, Ben raised his voice. He didn't raise his voice, but she says, "You're not going out," so he went out. She was fuming. So she did. She put all of his clothes in the bin bag, left him out a pair of black plimsolls and some shorts. When he come back from school the next day, as soon as he took his clothes off, they were straight in the wash. All he had was a pair of plimsolls and some shorts. And she drove around with his clothes in the back of her car for about a week until he fixed up.
Oh my God, that's smart though.
Yeah, man.
That is so smart.
As they say in Spartacus, she set mind to purpose.
Shoot, I gotta do that. I gotta try that.
Just took them clothes, man. They got no clothes. Plimsolls, ugly black plimsolls, man. It's like, yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to know if you guys heard about I posted it in the group, Nigel. I don't know if you saw it or got a chance to read it, about the 19 black families that came together and bought the 90 acres of land.
Yes, that was, if we could all come together like that, that would be so nice.
That would work, man. That would work. But then someone wrote, and they got a good point, 19 families bought 97 acres of land in Toomsboro, Georgia. I don't know what they're doing now. What they're doing now in Georgia, man? Isn't Georgia extremely
No.
How is it?
It's progressive.
Okay, I know. I remember I was in Atlanta. Atlanta's I was like, yo, look at these people around here. I was like, yo, this is what I need to be.
It's like that.
Yeah.
So you have Atlanta proper, and then you have outside of Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
And so Georgia is one of those states that, we're doing some filming, and they give so much good credits. They give tax breaks, everything. So Georgia is becoming a safe haven in a way. Even though there's sundown towns in Georgia, there's some places that we are able to buy. You could buy a whole town in Georgia.
Really?
A whole town. There's towns for sale, because people have abandoned them. So, a lot of people are buying them and taking over and creating their own little homestead. Now, see, back when, we had Rosewood and Tulsa, the Black Wall Street, they bet you they won't try that mess now.
That's what I'm thinking about. They're going to try it because, these
no, they're not.
They get nervous and start thinking on the one else, start looking over like, what's he doing over there, man? Yo, wait, if one of these...
We have guns now. We got a little bit of rights now. We are not our ancestors. You come over here if you want to. You can bury that back. We don't know nothing.
I need to move to America, man. I swear, to one of these, how much would let's say, okay, these 97 acres. I'm sure that weren't cheap. Then again, in America,
it might be cheap. No, I've seen plots of land 3 and 4 acres for $8,700 at places. It's if it's in a place where there's the cost of living is really low. Seriously, it's really low. It's worth it. You could actually afford to buy it, and own it. It's so great. Because now, with the market being the way that it is, the time is now. If people pool their money together, you could buy a whole lot of land, a lot of plots. That
makes sense. Can you buy land even if you're not a citizen of America? I might buy myself some land in the States, man.
What you'll do is you'll create a LLC or an international business. You'll register the business in the state that you want to buy it in, and then buy it under the business so that you avoid the internet. There's loopholes. Don't get me started.
I like her.
Because of the fact that I have, there's loopholes. Just know there's a way around it.
We'll talk off air.
Yeah, we'll talk off air, man. I'm about to own the whole of America, man. I'm gonna set my own.
It's really worth it. It's right now. Ownership is key. Buying a home, buying land, even if it has nothing on it.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time: if you got $5,000 sitting around, buy your plot of land. I don't care if it's somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Buy the land, keep it moving, because that's actually the building blocks of generational wealth. Because you have something tangible. Pay the taxes. The taxes will be $45 a year, on it. So why not just go ahead? There's nothing on it, so you're not paying the building and all that stuff. You're actually just owning a piece of land. So this is where we could recoup the 40 acres and a mule, quote unquote, we were supposed to get.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out can we pick where we get the 40 acres in the mule? Like we had Central Park was a whole black community in New York. And you see what there's it's a park. Like how y'all don't be reneging and saying y'all can have 40 acres in mule, and once we build it up, we want that back. No, we're not doing that. No backsies, no swipe. We this is gonna be ours. Like it's so many options. Like it's so much it's just and being in America, I love it, but it's like sometimes some of the things don't make sense.
Yeah. Well, that's laws, isn't it?
They move the goalposts a lot in America. That's what they do. They're like, okay, yeah, it's over here. No, actually, no. Especially when it comes to us, man, our group of people, it's basically like, yeah, well, if he wants to buy it, we got to change the rules. If you want to buy it, that's crazy.
And it's sad because if you look at it, like I see all of these such and such is named the vice president of this and such has been made the editor. Like, first of all, listen, does it come with a large enough check to make me realize that you passed me over all these years and all of a sudden you want to give this role to me now? Like, let's don't placate me, just give me the position now because it's good optics. Make sure you pay me back pay for the time that you passed me over, because you knew you were wrong back then. You can't just make it right now. Like this whole movement of moving black people into these high profile roles and, we're going to hire a whole bunch of black people. Nope. You never had a black person at your company in 20 years. Are you going to give them 20 years worth of pay that you didn't want to give another black person back then? It's just the climate right now is irritating. I know that's a little tangent, but I'm tired of seeing these announcements.
I see your point. It's, why has it taken? I suppose it's been the perfect storm, hasn't it? Really, because COVID, it forced everyone to have to sit, listen, and watch the world. Now, if COVID hadn't happened and George Floyd hadn't happened, I wonder whether we'd have had the movement that came from it. I don't think we would.
No.
I think because we were a captive audience, and we were captive to the point that every piece of sensationalism, anything that came through, we wanted to know what it was about. I think it was the perfect storm. We're going to look back on COVID as a people and say, you know something, that gave us the chance for people to actually stop and listen for a change, rather than say, yeah. We'll sort something out for you guys. Just, hey, your time will come. A better time's coming.
And that's that whole. I'm looking forward to a better time.
Nah, I hate that.
I'm supposed doing this mess until y'all feel like I'm worthy. I'm good.
There was an Indian scholar, and he actually said, he was on stage, and he actually said, all these religions, they're saying to you, take the pain now, go through all the pressure and everything now, because when you die, you're going to go to a better place.
I ain't waiting.
And he said, what he said to him at the end was, how do we know we aren't already in a better place? How do we know we're not already in heaven and we can make it however we want? And you know what I mean? So he was actually saying, it was like everyone's preaching, be humble, especially within the black community. When I used to go to churches, go, pray for your brother and turn the other cheek and all them things there. I couldn't do that, man. I was angry.
Actually, that annoys me, man, because I feel like we could have heaven on earth, man. We could already I don't know why we don't do that. Especially when always
heaven, man. Heaven is a state of mind, isn't it? What is heaven? Is like people, I'm going to heaven. For what? So you can watch Netflix for the next 500 millennia, or you can just eat, or what is this
mythical place?
This perfect place that you go to. Look, man, I've got a perfect place right now. I get bored. If I'm in heaven, does that mean I can click my fingers and someone's going to come and do a little bit of dance in front of me and keep me entertained? What is heaven? Heaven is what you make it. Heaven is now, as far as I'm concerned. You can have your own heaven right now. If your God isn't money and your God isn't materialistic, then you can have heaven right now, in my opinion.
And that's what people forget. Like, so this whole myth that was created that, you can't be happy or enjoy life for real until you go to heaven. So it's basically It's basically a way to say you know what, it's okay to accept suffering. It's okay to accept mistreatment. It's okay to accept, all of that. And I'm like, no. Like my great grandma was like, that don't even make sense. Just understand, you're living now. You know what I'm saying? When you close your eyes from, you know what I'm saying, we came from dust, we go back to dust or whatever. You gotta understand, like when your body, you're decaying and all that. What is that? You gotta enjoy what you can enjoy now and do right by people. It shouldn't be this whole I'm gonna wait to heaven to get my reward. No. And I tell people all the time, I got in trouble as a kid because they were like, well, you need to get your money, pay your money. Now I said, why can't I just pay it when I get to heaven? If I gotta wait to get to heaven and enjoy life, I'm just gonna give him his money then. Like that way, like I gotta wait, he gotta wait. That's just how that's gonna work. Like I'm not going, I ain't for the giving it to this man. I don't know that man, so let me go ahead and hold on to his money until I get there.
Yeah, that's it, man.
It's that whole mind control.
It is control. Oh look, man, it is just control. I work with quite a few business owners, females, of Caribbean descent, and some of them have shared this common trait of, I don't want people to kind of know I'm doing a business, or I don't really like putting anything out there in case someone teased my idea, and basically they don't take any action because they're within the church environment. They're kind of taught to be so humble, almost like don't be too good because people will call you a show off. Yeah. And it's almost like people are holding themselves back because of the way they've been brought up, and they've got superpowers. Some of these ladies, superpowers, but because of the way they've been brought up within that environment. I'm not just blaming church. So anyone who's religious is watching this, please don't send me no hate mail saying, yeah, God's gonna burn you. Look, man, I'll burn when I get cremated when I die, so don't worry about that. But,
and then when you get to heaven, you ask him, was you mad about what I said on the podcast?
Exactly. So was you mad? Can I have a PlayStation 5?
Please.
You know what I mean? So I think it has been used definitely to keep people down, keep them suppressed, and like you say, almost make them be accepting of, well, your life's shit now, accept it because you're going to have a better day when you're dead. No, I want a better day now. Well, I can enjoy it with the people I love, my family, my friends, people that when I'm gone, I'll never, ever see again. I don't care what they say about, when you go to heaven, everyone's there. No, they're not. Because they're all in the spa, or they're off doing whatever they do when they're in heaven. They're not all sat there waiting for me to get there. Yeah. So I want to have mine now. I want to have my fun now. I want to just enjoy the moment now. But Chandra, tell us a bit more about your business, because we didn't even get that far last week.
Yeah,
so I'm a business consultant and publicist. I'm also a festival founder, a producer of a comedy series, and comedic events. Yeah, and then also a community organizer. So I have my hands in a lot of pots that I've created, and then I'm adding more stuff. But my main goal is to make sure businesses are thriving and are set up correctly so that they can get the media and get a larger audience for a better, to reach more people than just people in their background. Because a lot of publicists, they'll come in and they'll say, oh, okay, I'm going to just get you out there. First of all, and the people are not even a registered business. They just out here selling plates out the back of their car. Like, no, let's get you all the way together first before we put you on a platform, because some people sell a product and they don't have enough product once they get pressed. So people are disgruntled and upset and waiting 6 months. Yeah. So you got to, and it's like, make sure their foundations are correct before you put them out there. Understand what their goals are there, and so that you are creating a foundation for longevity in the media. Because some people that you saw, they were popping viral, you don't even know if they're alive anymore. So it's like, so creating creating a foundation that they will always, there's always the people wanting to know about them. People are wanting to come back and they follow, they grow with them, they understand them. That's the long game. This fast, I'm going viral mess, it's a flash in the pan. It's like when you heat your food up in the microwave. By the time you go down and sit down, it's already cold.
Yeah.
So it's like
absolutely. So I mean, so basically, you're teaching businesses how to be real businesses, not like
correct.
fly by night. Let's make a quick buck, and that's it. And you know what I mean? You're preaching my hymn sheet. I mean, I'm not the same as yourself. I work with generally small business owners, generally female small business owners who are either therapists or counsellors, who struggle to generate leads and convert sales. And a bit of a pattern really with most of them in that they're very, when it comes to selling and talking about money and asking for payment, they're like,
nope, run me my money.
And they always charge too little.
Oh gosh, I was guilty of that.
I think we all have been, and when they start with me, they always have been doing free sessions. So that's one of the first things that we stop. No more free sessions.
First of all, free. So by giving this free stuff, that thank you is gonna pay your bills. Yeah, I just need people to understand the difference between, being giving concessions and being a fool. We're not no fools no more.
Yeah,
we don't have to do that.
Yeah. So one of the things that I teach them is, I go through the sales process with them. We do role play, we do presentations together. I then help them put together an online foundation, which invariably means a website, which means setting up their social media. I come across so many people who've got, all these social media accounts and they haven't even got a link to their website. And it's like, really? How much was your website again? Oh, I paid £3,000, which they're happy about. So how come you haven't even got it on your Facebook? Oh, can you do that?
Yes, you can. And you can actually put various locations that you can share. Listen, don't be on these people platforms that don't know how to use them. Just stop. Just don't sit in the corner and just go stand on the corner and pass out flyers. If you're not like, look, you're a business coach in a way. I'm not that. I don't have the capacity to. I'm a consultant. I'm going to give you tasks to do. I'm going to evaluate what you do. I don't do motivational quotes. I don't do the affirmations like, "Hey, good morning. Let's do this today." No.
I think I'm more of a consultant actually than a coach.
Okay, because most people.
Because what I run a program called Love Sales Hate Selling, and it is very much about them taking action and me kicking their ass.
Oh, okay. See, I'm the like someone's like, you so rough. I'm not rough. I'm direct. There's a difference because it's like I'm gonna bill you if you do the task or not. You have a contract. I gave you what you're supposed to do. We could be on month 6. Yeah. Okay, if you haven't done the work,
nothing to do with you.
I ain't here to hold your hand, and I'm not your mama. So.
Oh, it's fantastic. So you also founded a festival.
Yes, I did. I actually this would have been my second year. It's called the Greater Northern Virginia Comedy and Film Festival. Wow. I'm a one-woman show, and comedy is a very male-dominated industry. And especially that I founded my own festival and that everything had to go through me. Someone's like, well, can I talk to whoever's organizing me?
It's me.
Can I be on it? Me.
Yeah.
Well, who else can I talk to? Me. Hold on. Like one guy that tried to say, well, he didn't get picked for the festival. He's like, well, I need to speak to somebody else. Okay, hold on 1 second. How may I help you? Like, what part aren't you getting?
Oh wow! So how many? So was it held in a venue? Was it held?
It was 5 different cities in Northern Virginia across 5 different days. So I had great venues that allowed for me to come in and set up and do it was a great turnout. And it felt really, really good because it would have been last week, 5 days last week. But this it was great. I was able to gain an audience in 5 different counties. Like we had Fairfax County, Alexandria. We had Loudoun, we had everywhere. So for Northern Virginia, it's kind of the metropolitan area of we were close to DC. So I had everywhere, and people were like, yo, this was a great idea. This was a great concept. And, you know, I had a white guy say, what would make you do something like that? I wanted to always do that. I said, well, obviously you didn't want to, I did it. Like, because anytime I could, I woke up, like I'll wake up in the morning. If I want to write a book, I'll write a book and I'll publish it. That's just, I used to have this whole fear that used to hover over, oh my God, I'm gonna offend somebody if I do this. Now I'm like, I don't care. Like,
just get it done. Take action. You're action taker. So do you do comedy as well, Chandra?
Sometimes. No, I have not. Like, I used to have a comedy night at a restaurant, and one of my comics didn't show up. So I had not gotten on the mic in like a year or two, and I just got up. I am a storyteller, and real life is funny to me. So that's the aspect that I come from, because it's like, you all like, I love it. I'm not a comedian. I'm just a humorist. I'm myself. So it's like,
I think as a people anyway, if you look at how, and I imagine it's very the same in America. We grow up and it's all about the banter. It's all about the Mickey taking your mom's got big feet, or your hair's picky, or you got buck tooth, and it's the same in the UK. You know, I grew up in an estate. I think there was 4 black people on the whole estate. So me and my friends, the 4 black friends that I had, we used to roll together, and it was always abuse. But it was abuse. It was funny. It was like,
but
you know,
see, it conditioned you.
Yeah.
So when anybody outside of us said anything, you were good.
You're like, you know what to say to them. I used to curse people because obviously I got Jamaican heritage, and one of the things I used to do when someone used to say something to me, especially racist, I'd cuss them in patois. I'd be like, "You're the blood clot, you have to something, I'll kick off your bomb," and they were like.
Yes, because it's very aggressive. Even though you're saying it, like it's like they get scared. They're like, wait a minute, is it gonna kill me? Yes. I have a machete over here. I'm gonna stab you. That's what's gonna happen.
Hey, you know something? How many fights I ducked by doing that? At least five fights where man was taking off their clothes, you know, and I just started making noise, man.
They don't know what to do.
They're like, we'll leave it, mate. We'll leave it. Next time.
A lot of times that's what happened. But if you look at us as a people, it doesn't matter if we're over here or, you know, in another country. We still either have music, we thrive in music, or comedy to ease the pain and ease the strife that we go through. Like, and it's the craziest part. That's the biggest thing. I'm like, do y'all not understand the songs that we sing that people are so, oh, I love that song. We hear the pain and we hear the emotion in it. They hear good music. We hear a venting. We hear the pain and it's the way that we soothe ourselves. So it's like, you know, within that pain bursts creativity. It bursts things that people who are outside of our culture would never understand. Like it's just a certain something about us going through the hardship that we go through, and we still come out making roses and making beautiful music.
And that's the thing. If you look at, and I've always said this to anyone, we're amazing, man. We are all superheroes. We're actually, this will sound bad, we're superior to a degree, because look at what we bring to the world when we're allowed to bring it. You know what I mean? Look at how everyone copies what we say is stylish or cool, or that's on point, that's the new thing. It's like we create fashion and we can crash fashion. But the problem that we've always had is that we've always run to put money in somebody else's pocket rather than our own community. It's like, if there had been a black Versace, would we have supported him the way we supported the Italian one who says, I don't want niggas wearing my clothes?
And see, that's the biggest thing. You know, I was at a CBC event, and Ron Busby of the U.S. Black Chamber of Commerce said, we have to get away from the mentality of thinking the white man's ice is colder. You know, so because there was that myth that the white man's ice lasts longer. No, you just, you know, it's not, but because they feel like it's something better, because it's like that Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah,
you know, from being in slavery, like, you know, the master gave it to us, so it's the best. No, the master didn't care. Like, look,
it's true, man. It's so true. But I think when the day we all realise, I think the day as a collective, don't get me wrong, you know, people when Black Lives Matter was going on, you had people coming out of the woodwork saying, yeah, but they're shooting each other for no reasons and all these other things and blah, 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 blah. But I think when we can, as a collective, actually properly have, we won't ever have one voice, but have a 75% voice where we all say, yeah, we believe in that principle, that thing, what's going on, will be a force of nature. And that's when people need to be scared. Up. Yeah.
And that's
but stand up in unity. So for example, I know that, you know, I know Wayne and Simon, who hasn't come on today, you know, you mentioned Donald Trump. They're like, yeah, he's racist, this, that, the other, yeah, he's done this, he's done that. But then on the same token, Butch, who told us that there's quite a few black people who will vote for Donald Trump. In fact, I've seen some on TV who have been at some rallies and that. And that's what I mean. Okay. It's like, you'll never get that one voice of, right, this is down the line. And politics and religion is a thing.
Did y'all see, they didn't even mourn Herman Cain that died?
Recently? Is that a guy who got shot?
No, he died from COVID, from attending one of the rallies.
Oh, yes, the multimillionaire who was the Trump.
They didn't do a moment of silence. They ain't do a rest in peace pose. They ain't even put him in the clouds. They ain't put no little angel wings on him.
He was one of the richest black men in America, Wayne.
For Herman Cain, he was just, something was wrong with him. He had ran for president and something was wrong with him. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. He was one of those people that just forgot where he came from and wanted to be on the side with the. If you ever saw Django.
Yeah.
He was Steven. So he was so in love with Masters. But the thing is, they didn't even mourn him. You know what I'm saying? Like, had it been, you know, they put him, like I said, they didn't do anything. They didn't even attend that man's funeral. But you want to divide the black people by being on, they don't care. You know, you are a puppet. And that's pretty much what it was. Now they got another puppet. And it's like, y'all.
Do you think there'd be enough support to actually create a political party of color in America, which could take on the Democrats and the Republicans?
Okay,
I think it's possible.
This whole two-party system that we have been forced into is what created this mess. And I do think that if more people would understand, like, you don't have to vote along those two-party lines. Yeah. There's so many other parties. Yes, there is a possibility for it, but let me tell you something. Black people, sad to say, can only do line dancing, okay, as a unit, and stand in line for some Jordans sometimes. I'm just saying, like, we can't collectively do something together. You know, we can talk about it because we know. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody said, Kanye West is running. Y'all don't see that for what it is. Y'all don't see.
It's a joke.
Y'all don't see that this is the takeaway from the votes that need to go to get us out of Tank 45's bullshit that he's got going on. He has all of the markings of a dictator, and people are so blind. Where if you have a poor white person thinking they're better than a rich black person, like, all you have to do is set the tone, and they go sweeping down their bed. Trump done took all of their rights away from these poor white people, but they are singing, "I'm still better. I'm not black." Okay, listen, you don't have lights on in your house or running water. But because you white, okay, that's good. So you gonna live like this just because you want to say you're not black? Okay, cool. Let me go over here and turn my lights on and live civilized and be black.
The Morse code, man.
That's what it is. Like, you know, it's a sad state of affairs in this country where, you know, we have such a. Somebody need to hug him tight around his neck real quick. That's all I'm saying. Like, why do y'all think this is okay? Like,
it is crazy. I mean, you know, I think on the world stage, he's done more to harm. He's done more to harm America in the wider world than anybody. And he's I think he's just crazy actually. But he's actually got, even now. Well, it's been 6 years, has it? 5 years? I don't even know how long he's been in, but
okay, it's been too long. We done had this man in here. It ain't been in 4 years yet. I mean, it's 4 years. It just feel like it's been a long time. It's like one of them bad relationships that you think y'all only been together 3 weeks, but it feel like y'all done been together for 2 years.
Yeah.
You done, your hair done fell out. I just quit life. Like that's what this was. I'm just.
Crazy, I miss Obama, man. I'm sorry to say this, man. Even though Obama didn't get that much right because he couldn't. How could he do it? Yeah, that's it. But I miss him because he was just so charismatic and so intelligent. And
thing is, though, the thing is charismatic and everything else. You know, the problems that Americans are going through now were still prevalent when he was in power, and the uprising that we have now didn't happen on his watch. When
have them tell it did.
Pardon?
Have the Tang 45 supporters have them say it. Oh, it was worse under Obama. We didn't have anything. People can barely get health care right now.
Yeah. So I mean, he did some good things, but I think in terms of, because obviously the way that the police have gone on, I know it's all different states and they all do. It's like having 100 different kind of cities, isn't it? You've all got their own laws and say, well, over here we can shoot someone if they're wearing the hat, but over there you can't. And I think, you know, someone needs to take it in hand and say, right, we need some uniformity across the whole of the United States when it comes to policing and what we do and how we treat people. But I don't think that's ever going to happen in our lifetime. It's going to take to happen. It's going to take aliens to come and start bombing humans, no matter what color they are, and then they'll say, "Hey, you black guys, you're all right, man. Can you join up with us and help? Or can you go and fight them for us instead, like we did in Vietnam?"
I did a piece on the National Guard guy who was chanting Black Lives Matter while monitoring the protest, right? And I had to ask him, I said, how conflicting and how torn were you standing there watching your counterparts? Like, he's Ethiopian, he's an immigrant from Ethiopia. And his parents, you know, he's a first generation here. And it's like, you're seeing them protesting for equality. And here you are standing here with military garb on, you know, defending, you know, like, it's like, how torn is that?
Yeah.
Listen,
it's a good
crazy, man.
Story, man.
Crazy.
It's as a black woman in America, that's even a whole different ball game. I will say that, like, even though in the world, period, they want us to save everybody, but nobody wants to save us sometimes, you know? So that's why I'm fearless at this point, because I got tired.
Yeah, for real. And that's the thing as well. I think the perception, they always paint black women as angry and everything else. And the reality is, it's nothing to do with anger. It's just that there's passion when they speak. You know what I mean? They believe in their view. And because we're expressive, it's like if you go to Jamaica now and get off the plane at Kingston Airport and just come out of Kingston Airport, you'll hear such a hullabaloo. It'll be like, one man will be cussing one next man, next man will be flinging a beer can at another man. But they're not arguing or fighting. That's just the way they are. They're expressive. And, you know, young black boys get expelled from school because they have personality. They're seen as being too boisterous. Oh, they must have ADHD because, you know, they're making joke and they've got, you know, personality. And that's the problem that we face. They just don't get us. They don't, and the media has portrayed us as this completely different set of people altogether, because they don't get us either.
No. But the thing is, though, a black man will get more of respect before a black woman, and that's so messed up sometimes. Because I'm very expressive. Like, I can be quiet, but I'm loud at the same time. It's like everybody's like, they know how I feel because my face, you're going to see exactly what I really want to say, and I can't say it. So I got to express myself, because either you're going to get cussed out or you're going to let me have my face. Like I've actually gotten I've gotten in trouble for my face, you know.
But that's the thing, though. And my wife said to me the other day, she said something about my face, like, "Oh, you look something." And I said, "Look, this is my face. My face will look however I want it to look. It doesn't mean that I'm this or that. It's just the way that my face wants to be at this moment in time." Yeah, I probably was vexed, but it's not for her to tell me I'm vexed. It's for me to kind of deal with that. I don't need someone to tell me how I'm feeling. Bash on the face.
Anyway,
I just.
Oh, did you want to finish up saying what you was going to say?
No, I just think that a lot of times, you know, the whole myth that we have to be, you know, seen and not heard. We were always raised. That's what my dad tried to teach me. Like he sent me away from the South because he goes, "You're not gonna make it down here. This ain't gonna be for you. You need to go up north because at least there I know you're not gonna come up missing or something like that. Because I'm not moving off of the sidewalk because Becky want to walk over here. I'm not going to do the grunt work because Becky don't want to do it. We all getting paid the same amount. I'm not gonna be in the back. I'm not gonna let you talk to me crazy. So therefore, I wouldn't have made it down south right now.
Karen? I thought it was Karen.
Karen, Becky, whatever they want to be called right now. The pumpkin spice drinkers. I don't know.
Yeah. Wicked.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it up. That was a really good hour, man. Hey, Sandra, man, we're gonna have to get you back on. You know, because I'm pretty much trying to go for a few people who want.
We've still just scratched the surface of this lady.
Yeah, as I said, I gotta get.
She gave us one little taste of what she does.
A sprinkle of salt.
And then just as I was about to finish off, she just pulled back at her and
I can't help it.
And I need to know how to get my thing, because I'm saying to you, I've got like this audio, this podcast series, and I'm trying to figure out how to get this on the Amazon, and I need your help, man. I think I need your help.
I'll just send you the information. It's so simple, and plus they pay out every 30 days. So even with you promoting it, it's so worth it. It's free.
All right,
do it.
Yeah.
Get it done, Wayne.
Yeah, I want to do it. Are you wanna come join Blackopolypse? What do you think, man? Does it sound like it's your kind of thing, Sandra? What do you think?
I like it. I think it'll work.
Yeah. Anyway, like I said, I've got a few more people I want to interview and stuff and get on and have a look. Well, I want more people to come on.
I think what we're looking to do now is to have a rotation of guests.
Yeah.
I'm always for it.
Come in and just because we were trying to get people in. We had one guy the other week, and
how did that go?
No. Okay, so we got two quick stories. So one guy decided that he was going to go to a toilet while we was on Zoom, and we saw him sit down, on the throne, and his only comment, "No!" And he went, "Oh God, I forgot all about that." And
he didn't mute or anything.
Luckily, he muted and hid the camera. I saw him cool down and then sit down. And I was like, "No!" And then about a month ago, Wayne tried to get somebody else on. And this guy just could not work his phone. Yeah. He was like, "Oh, I can't see the button. Which button I got to press?" Wayne,
press this button.
Why didn't you phone me an hour ago and go through this with me? Which button? There's only one button,
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Technology should not be given to everybody, clearly.
For real.
Oh my God.
So we're doing a guest rotation, so it could be that we say, every couple of weeks, you're free.
Yeah, there's no pressure to come on every week, but if like I'll put you in the WhatsApp group and stuff, and you can
I gotta re-download WhatsApp. I'm gonna download it on my iPad.
I can keep you in on Messenger too, man, and be like, yo.
That's the best way because I only use WhatsApp when I was doing shooting a series, but I just did the old lady thing. Y'all didn't see that, did y'all? I'm like, okay,
Oh man, seriously, I need to wear these now and again.
Yeah. Yes, your readers. I'm embarrassed because I'm like. Because I'm holding my phone away, and I'm like, okay, it's not my contacts. I'm really getting up there.
The worst thing about it is once I wear them, then wear them for the rest of the night. It's like they mess my eyes up, man.
Yeah.
See?
Crazy. I've had a whole 2 weeks, so I've not had to wear them all, and then I don't know if the light changed or whatever. I've had to start wearing them again, so man, I get cool. I get one.
This is good.
Anyway, give us a shout out quickly, Sandra. Give us a shout out.
What do y'all want me to say?
Just say something about yourself. You got anything interesting you want to say about yourself?
Oh, well, follow me. On Conversation with Chan, like my commentary is what it is. Like I don't even know. Like if you want to listen to more of my crazy talk, I'll be back on the show. It was a great show, and for it to be called Blackopolypse, like come on now.
Blackopolypse, it's like this is like basically the city where black people. I don't know if you've read it. Actually,
Blackopolypse. Is it like Wakanda?
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. Basically, this is the radio station of Wakanda, basically.
Black
oh, okay. I was on Wakanda radio station. I'm gonna tell everybody that too.
We're not exclusive black people, but you know, we're trying to cater towards more black people at least. So
I like that because even though I think the appeal of the show is everybody can listen and learn something. So it's not just for black people. You know, it's for everybody.
For real, man. People who want to hear.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool, man. We can follow you on Facebook. Your website's lovely, by the way. I know Nigel couldn't come up here. He was like, "This is such a nice website." Did you want to ask?
Your website's beautiful, man. Beautiful.
Thank you. I do them myself.
So you do it yourself?
Is it WordPress?
Yeah. No, it's actually Squarespace.
Nice and clean.
So you can program?
Just a little bit.
Oh, all right. Yeah, this is nice,
my background is engineering, so it's totally off of what I do now.
We're scratching the surface, man.
I told you, man. We're just scratching just the grains. You're giving us grains of salt, man.
I don't think it's a big deal. But then when people find out, it's like, what? I'm like,
what? Yeah, I'm like, what?
I suppose it's that thing that you've got a lot of what I call edges, a lot of corners. You know what I mean? So yeah, and it explains why you do so much what you do as well, and having a lot of success. So yes, interesting to find out more.
Okay, I look forward to coming back. This was actually so much fun now that it wasn't raining.
Yeah, it's great. That's our experience, the Blackopolypse experience, fun. Anyway, then we'll wrap it up. We can follow you on Facebook under your name, Sandra Gore. No relation.
We're Chandra Gore Consulting. Yeah,
and man, we'll look forward to getting you on again in a couple of weeks.
Thank you.
We'll put you in the group, and I'll let you know when we're on. Nigel, got anything to say?
Yeah, happy autumn, guys. Autumn started now, September the 1st.
No, it isn't, dude. 21st September, man. Autumn, end of summer.
It's cold now.
It is cold, yeah, you're right.
Just to let people know, I am opening the doors to my program next week. So if anybody's looking to overcome their fear of technology and move forward with their online marketing, then you can get hold of me at Love Sales, Hate Selling, Facebook. And at the end of the month, there should be a launch of an online course, which is my crash course. So keep your eyes out for that and get on the waiting list if you want as well.
All right. Yep, and as you know with me, keep listening to Blackopolypse All Things Podcast. We'll be here next week, same time, same place, and hopefully we've seen Sandra Gore again sometime pretty soon because we need to find out and dig deeper.
The whole heap we need to dig for, man. The whole heap.
Yeah, and of course she's going to send me my thingy straight after this.
Yes. This is my birthday month, so...
When is your birthday? Oh, September.
This is my birthday month. I celebrate the whole month. It's the 19th, but it's the whole month.
You got a birthday
that's what I do, man. I'm the same when it's my birthday. Send us a little blurb, man, and we'll put it in the group and put some links and make sure everyone can
I'll send that to you.
Yeah. All right, guys. Happy birthday for the month. Anyway, we'll probably have you on before the end anyway. So, and your birthday is 1 month before mine. Anyway, we're out, man. We always done that to tune. So,
thank you.